Hopefully, no boots and Jeet.
Well, how about this? Or
Well-
Flute and Link's house.
Well, that's convenient.
Oh, yeah, things are going to move real fast in this seed as both runners in sync heading to check Uncle. Unfortunately, Liminality losing the sign, so won't be able to throw it at the guard here. And that's going to eliminate... Oh, that eliminates a bomb tree pull on the level 1 pull.
Interesting.
Very unfortunate break there for Liminality. However, the good fortune is early blue mail from Uncle. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, it's always good to have that extra protection.
I think Liminality's determined to get that tree pull. And that's it, Liminality saving and quitting. Well, here's something you don't see every day. Fear Agent taking bombs to do the front of escape. Now, that might be the advantage Liminality theirs. There's a sword at the back of Sanctuary, but let's see what Fear Agent finds doing this.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting play. It's could be big, depending on what's in the basement here.
But if Liminality has to go this way, it'll be much faster to do it with a sword than with bomb.
The guard did not want to cooperate there.
Yeah, that's the trick with Bomberman strats, is that you have to either get the bombs to go off on the guards or draw them into an already dropped bomb. Not an easy opening, especially for those who are familiar with the standard random weapon logic, is that you can get a 10 bomb pack and the game can expect you to do that.
And Balmos in the Lost Woods drop down.
We might need that later, so that's one of those where, yeah, might as well take the swirly coin with us.
What goodies will Kakariko have for us today? Some bombs, some arrows, a little bit of love, a little bit of rupees, and some more love. Ooh, a bug net. You never know when you want to catch a fairy.
Well, that could work out in Fear Agent's favor, but unfortunately, nothing of value there.
And not a lot happening in the well so far. Nothing really at all.
Seems our level 2 tree pull is arrows.
Just a piece of heart in the chicken hut.
And the bulk coin, aka Ether Medallion, in the back of the bar. And we got a map check with 5-6 at Desert and Hera, and just a standard old crystal at Eastern.
So maybe we'll be seeing the Pyramid Fairy chick too.
That is a small shield. And Liminality did not activate the flute while in the village. I would have thought that would have been the time to do it, but is gonna have to go back to do it, so it's gonna be a minor time loss, but not the worst thing that can happen in a rando seed by far.
Yeah, not too bad compared to Fury Agent's exploration of Hyrule Castle.
But that can still get negated. It is very early in the seed.
Yeah, very, very early.
But it's also very, very early when I can say it's time to fly. Huh?
Let's see if we get any goodies on the Southern Shore checks here.
Ooh, that's a bottle with a blue potion that was submerged.
Yeah, and that'll be convenient with the flute to go right back and check sick it if Liminality chooses to.
Might not see that just yet because we're right here near South Shore. And meanwhile, Bird is truly the word today as the goose is loose within 8 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to be getting around pretty easily in this season.
At least the sword, it's relatively easy enough to dispatch the mini moldworms, or you don't have to worry about using bombs. But let's see what that rewards us with. Ooh, a mirror. That's interesting, because now the top of Death Mountain is in play. You have access to Hera, but you might need a fire source to complete it.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Liminality didn't want to go check Ice Rod Cave, but I guess with the flute he can get back down there pretty quick.
And Liminality is now going to check front of Escape, it would appear. We know the only thing there is going to be Fire Rod, so this is going to negate Fear Agent's play to go there. However, the real offset is going to be Liminality having a sword, which is faster than bombs.
I think you meant Bugnet, not Fire.
Yeah, it's just a bug net that's there. Fear Agent taking this opportunity to scope out the desert ledge and check Agina Cave now, which had a heart container, which is, well, we'll take it.
You never know when you're going to need that extra help.
Now, Mirror was Mini Moldworm Cave, and here's an interesting note about that mirror. It's a bit early, but the way the crystals are set up, we could have a hammer at the Pyramid Fairy, and if that is the case, then you'd have to do Act 1 for that check. However, it's a bit early to tell if that's going to be the case or not.
Yeah, let's not jinx our runners this early yet.
Saturday I got jinxed in the IRC room. So it's never too early for a jinx as far as I'm concerned. And Liminality threw very quickly the front of escape.
Yeah, sword definitely helps with that. Question is, where will they go now?
There's three Whoops, Fear Agent threw a bomb the wrong direction. Who hasn't done that? I know I did that recently, and I just
I did that
laughed
last
at it. Yeah, that's just one of those you laugh about, really. But we do have Liminality checking Sahasrara and Eastern. And you can talk to Sahasrara to find out where the green pendant is. Liminality opting not to do that. And it's, well, half magic in Sahasrara's closet. That is a nice find.
Yeah, it's never bad to find it this early, especially before you go. Some of those harder bosses you need magic for.
Trinex and Cold Stare definitely come to mind without a doubt as we get an Ice Rod Cave check from Fear Agent, and that is 300 rupees. Fear Agent's getting pretty close to Zora money. Now also heading to Eastern, which Liminality is already inside. You can only have one logical item with this setup because our runners don't have lamp, but our runners' knowledge of dark rooms mitigates that rather nicely.
Yeah, I'm starting to think with the mirror, maybe our answer is on Spectacle Rock up in Death Mountain.
Certainly possible as Fear Agent's about to get their half magic.
I think Fear Agent might be making that play with the flute equipped.
Yep, he's gonna fly away. As Liminality finds a big 20, not so fast for Death Mountain as it's a sick kid check. And what's this gonna be? A heart container. I think Sick Kid might need that just a little bit more, honestly.
Yeah, he probably should have kept that. Now we're getting a different play. Sorry.
Yep, and we are getting the Dark Room version of the Old Man sequence. Now, this is not in logic. Our runners are not expected to do this. However, this is a sequence break that's not just for an item. After doing this, you can start on Death Mountain coming out of a save and quit. So there's definitely value in this play, even if the item turns out to be junk.
It's always nice to have that quick uncle refill. And then fluting.
Okay, that cape definitely has me worried that we're facing a potential Agassi just for Dark World access, which is something really disturbing about that.
Yeah, and if you find a lamp up here on Spectacle Rock, that might be it.
Boots are nice and early. And on Spectacle Rock, that is a red boomerang inside the cave. I think Fear Agent just wants those boots, and I cannot blame him whatsoever.
Yeah, you gotta go fast.
And Swamp is green pendant, with our other pendants being Pod and Skull Woods.
Yeah, so we will be needing those medallions today for Meyer and Turtle Rock.
So we got a compass sitting down the first stairwell of Hera. So now the question is, can we go on, or will we need... Yeah, we are going to need a fire source, so Fear Agent is just going to nope out.
So logically, we still have bonk rocks to check.
Yes, and I believe that could be the next logical play. I did not get a good look at what was on the library, so that could be a thing. This could be lamp. This could also be a hook shot or a hammer, which would grant access to East Death Mountain, or a fire source to enable us to finish Hera.
Yeah, I don't remember there being anything significant on the library ledge.
A glove.
Well...
Back of escaping comes to mind. Took me a moment. As liminality goes down.
So what do we have in the back of escape?
We already saw the front. Now the back. It's gonna give us powder. Titan's mitts. You know what? One more thing just opened up. King's Tomb.
Oh boy.
This could be something big here. Our lamps, so we are agabound.
There you go. So,
Potentially. However, we are able to get into desert now and complete
we
it.
are.
And the Moon Pearl can be behind this sequence.
And it could also be in Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, I had that in a tournament qualifying race. My first tournament, it was gross.
Fear Agent is going to check out the front of desert.
Yeah, chat does bring up a point. This part of the seed is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, linear. Except now, once liminality gets to the lamp, we'll have two choices. Desert or Hera. Keeping in mind that Hera, even though it's a 5-6, you're still gonna wait things out in the basement. Because I don't think you can set up Herapot without... Well, I could be wrong there, because I've not learned Herapot yet.
Pretty sure you need the hook shots. I could be corrected, though. Since I also do not know how to Herapot.
Chad is confirming that hookshot is needed for Herapot, so... Yeah, that would be a wait in the basement.
So...
There's the lamp for liminality.
pretty much going to have a vanilla landless fight.
Well, I'd call it short, yeah, pretty much, even though we don't have a bow. I'd say at this instance, your best bet becomes bombs and the old spin attack.
However it is, it's longer than we want it to be.
And it's bombos to enter mire. Our runners already have that. And Fear Agent is deploying the bombs and the swords. Good use of a dash there to get some quick damage in. Now, would Cane of Burna do anything to the Lambos? I have not tried this myself. Yeah, I also used Ice Rod back in the day. It was fun. Oh, that's the Moon World! And Liminality is going to be closing in on it. Wow!
That is a place for a Moon Pearl right there.
Now we get immediate access to this whole area, so... Oh yeah. Things just picked up real fast. Oh.
What?
Cane of Samaria and
Oh, boy.
Bo here. Oh, lordy.
We might be paying our good pal Vitreous a visit soon.
I don't know. It might be a bit early for that for me, but that's just me. I think Fear Agent wants to finish off Eastern right now, which would make sense. You have the means to do it.
Yeah, he
So, yeah.
hasn't gone in yet.
Oh yeah, it was Liminality that went here first.
Yeah, so he's gonna find not a lot in the front here, but I forget if there is an item on Armos or not.
I believe there is.
And hopefully once Liminality is done here, they'll go right out and back into Mire Shed.
That's 2 down for Liminality. I almost said Luminality. Whoops. That's 3. And the Pearl.
Yeah, Liminality's gonna go get those wonderful items in Mire Shed.
Unfortunately, Mirror bonked, so we'll have to go back into the portal another way in which that doesn't happen. There we go. Now Liminality with the bow and cane of Samaria, what's their next move? 5 hearts might be a bit early to go into Mire for some runners, myself included, but we shall see.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it would be a little tough, but they do have blue mail.
Well, to answer chat, yeah, that would be the God Eastern if you get the big key in the first 3 chests, as well as all 3 items in the first 4. Liminality exiting Agena. The Sphere Agent is approaching the final item of Eastern, as well as its boss, the Armos Knights.
We're gonna see if Armos has something nice there.
Well, Liminality is coming in to finish off Eastern. Already was here earlier. And unfortunately, the NMG kill seems to have gone a bit off the rails for Fear Agent. Just a big 20. And Fear Agent's gonna flute right away.
Yeah, I think you would have to probably start thinking about the Village of Outcasts area in Thieves. Though it's always questionable without that hammer.
We've got a fake flipper. Gonna check the island first, and that's the silver arrows. Wow, flippers. Well, the stock of flippers just went up. Fear Agent is... Ooh, this appears to be a potential capacity upgrade. Yep, going for the arrow capacity upgrade. And when you buy those, you get a refill just like the vanilla game. Yeah, this has to be a Mire play.
That it looks like.
This is a bold play, but the capacity upgrade will help against Vitreous. Oh, and instead of frozen bird on the doorstep, it is a roast bird. And a cleaner Armos fight for Liminality.
That was a beautiful fight they had.
That's basically how the NMG strat works. I mean, there's another setup that I use that's more consistent for me. But when that setup works, it looks really cool.
Liminality is heading towards Village of Outcasts area, Thieves Town, and the Skull Woods area. Ooh, flippy flippies.
Flippers are inside of Mire. Wow, the game really wanted you to go there this seed. And Spike Chest is in logic with that Cane of Burn.
Did miss what was in the chess game there.
As did I, and I will agree with chat. Yeah, I would bounce to get the silvers if you know where they are, like that island. Because that just saves an absurd amount of time on just Vitreous by itself. Makes it worth the trip. Yeah, you have to do Mire 2 again, but that would be a sacrifice I'd be willing to make, personally.
Yeah, that is a extreme quality of life thing to have.
Fear Agent opting not to go to the cutscene chest.
Not quite yet. It's gonna check the lock chest here and then probably head that way.
Yeah, if it isn't the big key, then you have to head that way.
Well, there you go.
Yep, big key vanilla, so you gotta do the cutscene.
Meanwhile, Liminality is in Thieves Town. And so far, I haven't really seen anything major there.
No, right now the hints I'm saying are one of two things I'm reading. Wait, you can't get over to East Death Mountain yet. Right now, the hint I'm reading is that if we don't find Hammer soon, I'd do the Aga climb so I could get the Pyramid Fairy done after, of course, well, finishing Hera. Fear Agent had to go back in a couple rooms just to get the cutscene to play. That goes to show how tight your movement has to be in order to get all 4 torches in one go.
Yeah, not easy to do it with that lantern.
Yeah, Fire Rod makes it a lot easier. There's the aforementioned big key.
So will we have an item in the chest? Or is it on Vitreous?
We got a boomerang in the attic.
The Bloomerang.
I do believe Fear Agent's going right for the boss, which means he found the second item and I missed it, or he's gambling on it being on the boss.
I don't remember seeing a second item, so he might be doing that. I could be mistaken, though.
And he's done hit something that we've all forgotten to switch. Either forgotten to hit it, or hit it by mistake in a go mode mire. That's
So,
unfortunate for Liminality, because that small key opens up the big chest area, which we can't get to without a hammer.
And I'm not sure if all the dungeon items were found for Liminality.
And we got simultaneous boss fights, Fear Agent taking on Vitreous, Liminality dealing with Blind, and if you stay on script, Blind isn't that much of a problem. Vitreous, on the other hand, can be rather challenging, especially as Fear Agent is equipped.
Yeah, there is no script for Vitreous.
I see. Fear Agent mixing up strategies between using bow, spins, And Air's, uh-oh, look out for those eyeballs. They do not tickle, and we've got a hammer-locked Thieves Town, which is not good news for Liminality at all.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Fear Agent has all those little eyeballs now, just 8 arrows to get rid of the big eyeball. And Vitreous is down.
Compass.
Which means that second item is in the big chest. So will he go back in to get it?
I certainly would, honestly. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Meanwhile, Liminality has taken the Smith home.
Now, for those wondering about this play, yeah, you can get to Purple Chest by weaving the Mirror Portal in a certain way and get to Magic Bat, which is what I meant to say first time.
The Smiths just have some sticks for us.
Well, GFE, a seed where some of us are sensing a potential hammer on Pyramid Fairy.
I believe that was just some rupees in that big chest.
It was. And a piece of heart at Magic Bat. Now, the one problem with weaving a portal to get to Magic Bat is that you can't get back to the portal. It's basically a one-way.
Right. So Fear Agent is making a Hera play.
Yeah, this has to be a play to finish the dungeon off. It makes sense because this is the other 5/6 crystal.
Yeah, I mean,
And Purple Chest is just 3 bombs.
you might as well, since it is that 5/6 crystal.
Fear Agent not bothering with that compass, which makes sense because you don't need it, flat out. Meanwhile, Liminality is going to check Bumper Ledge, and this is 3 bombs.
We might get the Graveyard Ledge check. Or did we have that already? I forget.
No, we didn't do Graveyard Ledge. Unfortunately, with where the seed required you to go, Graveyard Ledge got, as a result of the seed's logic, it got orphaned through no fault of the runner's own, because that's just how the seed wanted you to go. Wanted you to get the boots up on Spectacle Rock, come down to get a glove out of Bonk Rocks, to go in the back of Escape, to get the lamp, to then come out of there and get the lamp. Well, actually, no. Titan's mitts were in Bag of Escape. The lamp was in Kingston. Getting my location crossed up here, folks. And with where's this logic going to go? The mirror was early. It was in like our old friends at Mini Moldorm Cave, while the cape Yep, the old man walk. So logically, the game wanted you to go back up Death Mountain again just to turn that in.
Right.
But dark rooms, we didn't need to follow logic there. And I do believe Fear Agent's setting up for a bomb jump.
Yes.
And he hits it for Red Nail. Now that bomb gives you an extra 4 pixels to work with on a jump that's normally a 2-pixel window.
So have we seen the Zora checks yet?
No, we've seen nothing. The only thing we've seen out of the water was Fear Agent doing a fake flipper to purchase an arrow capacity upgrade, which paid off dividends, I might add.
So there's 5 checks that neither of our runners have done yet.
But we are getting one of them that's K45, and that's arrows, which Liminality has no need for. Uh-oh, this is where Moldorm's tough, but not too tough for Fear Agent.
Just a little bit agitated, but we got through it. So Fear Agent picking up his 4th crystal.
And the second 5-6, is he fluting to deal with Castle Tower? No, not yet.
Oh, and I think we're getting a Hype Cave check.
Which could still have something. I mean, a sword would be nice. A hammer or a hook shot would be glorious.
Oh.
But instead, it's 50 rupees. 3 bombs. 70 rupees, 120 rupees total, and a piece of heart. Yep, another disappointment.
Oh, why would have... Oh, he doesn't have the flippers yet. That's right.
Island was the other progressive bow, which in this case is the silver arrows.
Fear Agent's finding nothing else in Skull Woods.
And why is Liminality... Oh, this is a Houlihan play for Liminality, using a bomb to set it up.
Yep, I'm probably gonna see a Zora play here momentarily.
There are multiple ways of setting up Houlihan. A lot of runners in Open that use Houlihan will do it early. That's the bomb setup that you can do at that particular location. Those flips were in my first chest, where you typically check for a key in a Godmire that isn't Spike chest. Yeah, that one.
And we have a fake flipper from Liminality.
Liminality not checking the island. I don't know, that could be an honest save quit to save scum for resources. And we got a bee in a bottle, so that's our second bottle for Liminality.
It'll be interesting to see if there's something here on Ledge. Okay.
Which was possible
or even on,
by logic, but not today.
Or even just on Zora here. Hopefully, if there is, Fear Agent will make that play sooner than later.
And Scam King strikes again.
But I do believe Fear Agent is checking out Graveyard Ledge.
Piece of heart and Fury, not interested. Liminality is making the play to head up to finish off Hera.
Yeah, while we're at the 45-minute mark, I just want to shout out both our runners, Fear Agent and Liminality. Give them a follow. It's always a brave thing to do, to put yourself out there and be restreamed. And also give a follow to our tracker, Derek Sharna, and myself, Soko2434, and my co-com, Leslie Pro 4.
And also worth noting is that we are closing in on the next Super 16 race, which is happening on Saturday, June 20th. 16 classic Super Nintendo games are going to be raced back-to-back with a full game list and sign up at speedgaming.org/Super16.
Woo-woo.
Back to action, we got a catfish check for Fear Agent, and catfish is catfishing with arrows.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's gonna find nothing else up here in Zora.
As for the bottle, it's just filling up green goo, but hey, free potion's a free potion. Yeah, I like that play too. The mirror really allows runners to link up checks, and the Fear Agent just realized not enough money. Liminality almost put themselves down the pit, which would have sent them back to the floor below.
Yeah, luckily that's a very close drop, but still one that we've probably all done at one time or another.
Oh yeah, I could name a list of mistakes that number of runners have made with this rando, myself included. Except I'd rather not. I'd be all day, and I'd rather focus on the race.
Yeah.
Ooh, bomb jump without the bonk in Hera. Nicely done by Liminality. As I said earlier, without bonking, that is a 2-pixel window, and one that, to go for, you have to have a lot of confidence in your bomb jump game. Because if you miss that, you're falling down a floor and losing a lot of time.
Yeah, answering chat, Ice Palace is in logic with bombos, but part of it, well, obviously can't access Cold Stare without the hammer, and it could be partially a hookshot locked as well.
And Trolldorm has knocked Liminality off the ledge, which means you have to restart the fight. Now, Liminality does have a cape to use if they so desire, which is not a bad strategy for this fight, because it guarantees that you don't get knocked off as easily, but Liminality finishes it off.
Yeah, the troll goes down, and he picks up his 4th crystal. Fear Agent is going to get the sad news that there is an item locked in the big chest here.
Yeah, Fear Agent going here without the hammer is going to negate Liminality going here without the hammer. And Liminality might be checking Agate here.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
I mean, usually I check this early, because the one time I didn't check it early, I didn't check it at all, got burned. I didn't get a good look at that. What was that?
I didn't see it at all either.
Chat's saying bomb, so lumberjack tree, well, as a location for the seed, it bombed.
It did. But up. So, let's think logically what we have left.
There's all of pods save Elmasaur King. So vanilla / French vanilla for hammer is on the table. There is, at the moment, first chest Swamp Palace, as well as anywhere in ice that isn't hammer locked. Now, the one thing I don't know of in terms of what's legal or not, would Icebreaker be legal to get the big chest, or the big key chest, in this situation? Because I've heard different things about different randos do different things when it comes to these situations, so I'm just going to make certain.
It's legal in the race, for sure. Logically, it's not logical.
Yeah, so you can still get something by doing Icebreaker, and keep in mind, this also comes from somebody who doesn't know the clip. Liminality didn't go to Ice Rod Cave earlier. Probably will wish they had those 300 rupees sooner, but hey, it's potion money at this point unless you're heading into Pond.
Very true. I mean, you could need Aga play to get to Pyramid Fair.
Yeah, that money could go to that. As with that hit, Fear Agent has finished off Thieves Town.
Liminality is going, looks like, to Misery Mire. We'll find his flippers.
And from there, it would almost be worth going back to get the silvers, in my opinion. I don't think he saw the island, so I don't think he knows that it's there. But in this case, it would actually be a good move. Normally, it's not a good move to bounce from Mire like that, but in this case, it certainly is a good move. Chad is mentioning that for 5 crystals in, there's a lot we still need. And we do need at least one more sword to be able to finish this seed. And look at that, a piece of art at the race game. Seems familiar. Yeah, this is the sort of seed where if you can't hover, you're definitely wanting the hook shot, and I can relate to those who can't, because I can't, and I'm currently using an Xbox controller, because my iBuffalo broke. So yeah, can't hover using that.
Yeah, it's a little difficult.
There's the flippers for Liminality. Yeah, we're basically catching up on the others' checks. Right now, the big question is who's going to make that play we haven't seen yet? Be it taking on Aga 1 to unlock Big Bomb, jumping into Palace of Darkness, or possibly even going for that one item in Swamp to see if it's anything important. Ooh. I don't think Hobo was checked.
Nobody did check Hobo, that is correct. So yeah, we have Hobo.
We already checked Waterfall Fairy. There was nothing of value there.
Just the bee in the bottle. So, Fear Agent is going to head back to the Dark World.
And Liminality gets the cutscene chest first try.
So I'm thinking Fear Agent will pick up those silver arrows now.
It would also make sense to pick up the silvers and then off the portal, just swim over to Hobo. The routing works pretty well when I think about it.
Well, he probably would go back to Dark World and swim over and then go back to Light World. So in case he does decide to go to Pod. He may decide to check the first chest in Swamp as well.
And Fear Agent has seen that Stumpy had 3 bombs this time.
And I don't believe he has gone to Hype Cave yet either.
Yeah, it's going to be a cave of disappointment, and Liminality is bouncing out. I can't say I blame them, in all honesty, because even as equipped, even as Fear Agent made the fight look easy, Spider Sword Vitreous is not fun.
But that will be a double dip for sure.
It will be a double dip, yes. And I do have to correct Chad on one thing. We can't beat Cold Stare because hammer's required.
You gotta hammer those pegs to get in there. That's another thing to add to the list of things you forget when you're playing the game.
There's the silvers for Fear Agent.
Maybe a hobo check? Nope.
We
Unless
shall
he got-
see. There's another ladder that goes down here in the Dark
Right.
World only, so this is actually a faster way to get to Hobo than just
There-
swimming. All right, let's see it. Heart container. Shortly after Liminality, he got to 11 hearts by way of a piece of heart.
So yeah, I'm thinking it's a definite pod play at this point. And I'm being... Oh, he's gonna go check Pyramid Ledge.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pyramid Ledge. Catfish was catfishing with arrows. So it's just pod, ice, and swamp. Not completable, but partially. That's a big 20. And Fear Agent isn't even thinking about mirroring to unlock Big Bomb just yet. See, Liminality does not want those arrows. His Fear Agent is making the run to Pod.
Yeah, at this point, how far behind do you think the runners feel? Because I know...
If hammer isn't, if something isn't found soon by either or runner, I would be feeling very behind.
Because I know at this point I would be feeling very behind. Especially if Hammer is like right here.
So Fear Agent Sprite is Minish Cap Link. And neither runner going for Pyramid into Aga 1 which, I'll be honest, that was the play I was hoping to see there, but nope, not today.
I mean, if you make that play early and it's something, you have to feel really good about yourself.
Now, the reason Aga 1's being brought up is that the Aga 1, that the portal at Hyrule Castle, which opens after that fight, is the only way our runners have to do the big bomb check. Otherwise, they can't do it.
Yeah, we need the hammer so we can cross that bridge there.
Liminality doesn't know what's on this island, so it's a blind check, but it's going to be a good blind check, as it'll be the Silver Arrow.
Yeah,
Can't swim with Big Bomb, it would detonate.
Yeah, those Silver Arrows will make Liminality's Vitreous fight much faster. As Liminality is also heading to Pod.
Now, I see a discussion in chat about bomb duping. I have no idea what that is, so I'm curious as to what that's about. Meanwhile, we're going to have both runners in Pod. Now, an interesting note about how key logic works in this dungeon is that it works key for key. So, that shovel that Fear Agent just pulled up means that we're going to have a small key in the Harmless Hell.
Yeah, so no reason to open that door.
So that shovel could easily be something here.
Everybody loves a fetch quest.
Or to use that shovel to bury a seed that you just played that was real dirty, 6 feet under after the fact.
And I have lost the count of items here. I think that was 4. So I'm pretty sure there is something on Helmasaur King.
There is. And that shovel could easily be something which I think Fear Agent might be going to check right now.
Yeah, this would have to be this play here. So if this is nothing, where do we go next?
Neither way is a pleasant time sink after this. You're either going into Ice Palace knowing full well you're probably not going to be able to complete it. First Chest Swamp, which you have to do a damn cutscene sequence just to open, or you just bite the bullet and go Aga 1. Personally, I would have, at this point, I feel like I would have done the Aga play, but that's just me.
Yeah, I may have even done the Aga play way back when before going into Desert, not thinking that I could go into Desert.
We got an ice dip from Fear Agent, which makes sense when you think of item density, but this takes quite a bit of time, even with a new tech that's been discovered.
Yeah, it all depends on what we find in that first chest. Because if there's
Good.
I said if there's a small key, we could go a little further into Ice Palace, but if there's not, we're only going to be able to get that first chest, and then possibly the two, or the one that isn't hammerlocked using Icebreaker. Of course, then you could use old tech and use the bomb jump to get 2 or 3.
There's a small key, so that will come in handy. Plus a nice use of bomb strats on the Pen Gators by Fear Agent. We don't have Quake Medallion or Hook Shot, so that's our best bet for dealing with them.
It is wild that we're an hour and 6 minutes into the seed and we have yet to see East Death Mountain.
I think the only other time I've seen that in recent memory is a Combomizer seed where East Death Mountain had the goods for go mode. Could that be the case here? Stay tuned, folks. So that piece of heart is important item information for the dungeon because it means there's 2 left that are in logic.
So, we'll see what the Freezors have here.
Now, Liminality tried to menu over to... Well, that's interesting. I thought Liminality had the piece of heart picked up, but Gabe said no, and I think Liminality is making the play for Aga here.
This could be a big play. It could be the play. And Fear Agent has to do the long, painful way to Ice Tea Room. So other than this, it's Aga or the first chest in Swamp.
I'd rather do this because at the end of the day, you're getting 2 checks instead of 1.
True. Oh boy.
I think Liminality might have just pulled ahead by deciding to do Aga before Ice.
Yeah. Let's see what Fear Agent decides to do. He's gonna go check Zorath since he didn't have the rupees last time he was up here. Which will be unfortunate. As he gets the bad news. So, we will see which play he decides to make. I think this is going to be... Oh, never mind. Oh, he's going to check Lumberjack Ledge.
So for those who've missed it, the reason for the Aga climb here is that it's our only way to deliver the big bomb to the Pyramid Fairy without doing a bomb dupe, which, well, stuff I'm not familiar with. But you know what? At this point, I gotta ask this chat, how many blue balls?
I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna say that there's going to be only 3.
Going lower, I'm saying 2.
And it looks like
1.
heading to Swamp.
Now this shot's always going to be lightning. And then the shot following the lightning is always red. Here's where the 50-50 happens. Well, I'm out. That's 3.
Come on, 3.
And Fear Agent is checking first chest of Swamp as we're up to 4.
So, it looks like Fear Agent will be getting his good or bad news before Liminality.
It's the moment of truth for Fear Agent.
What if this is Hookshot right here?
French vanilla hook shot would be dirty. It's a map!
Oh boy.
Liminality's on the right path.
I think Fear Agent has accepted his fate and is headed to Aga Tower.
Now, another reason this could be an Aga seed, we get a hook shot inside of Big Mom, and that leads us to the hammer on East Death Mountain. Yeah, it's dirty, but that's exactly why I said it, because this seed's not good. This seed had a troll, and that troll has reared its ugly head.
So, Liminality is making their way to the pyramid.
We have not been able to check Skull Woods because we have no fire rod.
I kind of want this to be a mushroom. Just to make it as trolly as possible now.
There's the hammer! It was at the Pyramid Fairy this whole time! And a fire rod on top of it! Oh my goodness, this seed has turned on its head!
Oh boy. And now the seed has become a hookshot and ice rod search.
That was a dirty, folks. This rando pulls some dirty shenanigans from time to time, and I agree with Kiki.
So at this point, I would say Liminality has a bit of a lead. He will have to complete Mire, but he will, well, beat Vitreous, but he will have this silver earring.
No, chat. This smells like a seed that I rolled, but here's the gag. I didn't roll it. And Liminality opting to roast some pen gators.
Does it taste like chicken?
I'd rather not find out personally. I gotta respond to this in chat. Zeke Highwood, you are not wrong. Because I have seen both. Yes, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. There's the first lightning bolt. Because Liminality's trying to set up Icebreaker. And gonna use select. Well, he's gonna use a select buffer to get it going. There's another one. Oh, so that did go to game 3. I was wondering who won that as I was watching the other race last night, not gonna lie. That is going to be hype, folks. I have watched and competed against both runners that were mentioned. You do not want to miss that, because that is going to be an insanely good race. As Liminality has located the big key for Ice Palace, and it was hammerlocked.
Okay, did I miss anything eventful?
Outside of finding where the big key was for Ice Palace and hyping up a big game 3 in the Z1R Random Percent tournament later tonight, nothing of importance. But we'll discuss that one again towards the end for those who missed it.
Yes. And Furigen's momentarily about to get his semi-good news.
To answer chat, no, this is the straight-up standalone Link to the Past rando. And yes, we are still looking for another sword. We cannot finish game on Fighter Sword as Spear Agent has the hammer and the fire rod.
And as Chet also pointed out, yes, we also need to find another sword. Because you can't do anything to Ganon with a fighter sword.
Although, to be fair, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if this pulled a trick pulled in the early V20s where 3 swords were in Ganon's tower. Yeah, the early 20s did some pretty dirty things.
Yeah. And also, we might need Quake for Turtle Rock.
In this case, yes, you need it to cross over to get to Moldorm, 2 chests, and possibly, depending on where the key winds up in Ganon's tower. And yes, Zeke, 3-sword GT is very vomit-worthy. No, this is the current version. This is version 31, but I've been playing this rando for a few years now, so I speak of memories of what this rando has done in the past from time to time.
Liminality is doing some hammer strats here and takes down the cold stare.
Green goo, a bottle.
Fear Agent gets his icebreaker. So this is gonna be close. The Fear Agent's probably gonna complete Ice Palace here as close to the time that Liminality finishes Misery Mine.
And right now, yep, Liminality's heading in, and this will be just a basic wrap-up situation because all that Liminality has to do is take down Victorious with the silvers, and that was a very nice move by Fear Agent to clip into that staircase.
So our question is, where is that hook shot? Do we need Quake to get into Turtle Rock? And where are our swords and Ice Rod?
Yeah, and probably the biggest one there that's ambiguous because it can be anywhere but Trinex. And I quote Dr. Bob when I say, "Where in the world's the godforsaken Ice Rod?" It's on SoundCloud, folks. The sound of killing 2 parts of Victorious is music to my ears.
Fear Agent forgot that he only had Fighter Sword there for a second, so wasn't doing any damage there. So, in theory, we could have the pedestal seed.
For the Ice Rod, in which case it's not just an Agaped seed. That makes it what another community dubbed for their Zelda Rando and Oopsal Dungeon seed, which is very possible here.
You know what would even be worse than Ice Rod being on Ped?
A fetch quest item to another fetch quest item to the Ice Rod.
The Bookra being on Ped, the book, and then Ice Rod being on Ether Tablet. So then you would still need a sword, though.
Yep, both runners have taken down a required Aga 1. This seed kind of telegraphed it early, and the telegraph was right on point. Pierre McFerry had the hammer. You had no choice but to do Aga, especially if you don't know how to bomb dupe. Fear Agent's going right for the Turtle Rock teleporter, as Liminality has finished off Meyer. That is 6 crystals.
Okay, it's ether. Okay, so no quake is needed. I'm sure he's gonna check the other checks before going into Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, I'd be checking this whole mountain before going in, because if Ice Rod's here, you just finish it, and then you cross whatever bridge the seed throws at you when you get there. Basically, it's what you do anyway.
Well, here's a hypothetical. If you get Ice Rod here, and you don't find Hookshot, do you go into GT looking for Hookshot? Or do you go
Well, there's
elsewhere?
Hook.
Oh boy.
Something being in Thieves Town Big Chest would be especially dirty in this situation.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. So yeah, you have that, now you have the whole front of Swamp Palace.
This is our first chance to get to this part of the game, so we shall see.
Those of you who are joining us, we didn't really have access to this part of the map until about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, to put it this way, this seed did a bit of a dirty. I mean, they could hover to the remaining 3 chests, but that is not in logic. If both runners doing the same Paradox Cave checks, best bet would be to find at least one sword here.
That would be nice.
And so far, all they found is rupees. And Paradox Cave is a paradox as to why it struck out so badly.
Yeah, that was a 0.6 out of 10. It was lucky to get the 0.6.
Yeah, that was about as bad as having to play Pepe's Kids for Cuso Grande. The one game that Nintendo Power Magazine rated A0, I might add. There's a single arrow, and Fear Agent is setting up to hover. Or try to.
Let's give it the good old college try.
But let's face it, not everybody can hover like Andy.
Yeah, and he makes it for just 5 rupees.
Bonks over for 20 more, and does have to hover for this one. That's just a little too far to bonk. Makes it 3 bombs, so great effort, just does not yield anything worthwhile.
Do-do-do-do. Wah. So TR, huh?
Might as well at this point. Wait, some hovering the gap to try next. Like, that's just insane.
We also haven't seen a spike check yet as well. And Liminality might be giving us an ether check in that.
Worth noting that without hookshot, you gotta do this the slow way. But you can't get the ether tablet item, but you can check it, and it's junk.
Move along.
Big and small for keys past that first room of torches and, well, shenanigans we'd love to have the hookshot for, but not today.
Yeah.
Fear Agent uses the fire rod to burn out the pokey.
We go into everyone's favorite room, the chain shop room, but luckily for Fury Agent, right through.
They might check Spike Cave if the possibility of hookshot isn't in GT.
It'd be really cool if Ice Rod is in Spike Cave.
No, that'd be just cold.
I mean, the seed has been pretty cold so far.
So hookshot is needed for Moldworm 2 chests in this case, and we have not been able to check Pedestal because the book was in Super Bunny Cave, and we only got access to East Death Mountain within the past 15-20 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Now, yeah, Fear just hovered, but logic doesn't expect anybody to hover. And there's one other detail. We need another sword at the minimum.
Yes. We're gonna get a Mimic Cave check.
I have yet to forget about Thieves Town Big Chest because that could easily be something.
Ice Rod. Or Hookshot. Oh, never mind.
Hookshot is in Mimic Cave, so we're in sword mode.
Minus the Ice Rod.
Yep, that opens up a slew of possibilities for where that could be.
Be really
And that would be awful. And I don't think they can hold the portal anyway because they had to kill Aga 1. So portal saving is off the table here.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Hopefully not, GFE.
We're about to get our laser bridge checks. $20 rupees, 3 bombs. Hold that thought, because Fear Agent just slipped off, as Liminality has the hook shot. 3 bombs, and last check, the river card. A rupee horde, so that's gonna do it. We're gonna have to back right on out. Yeah, at this point, I don't think there are many checks that will let Fury Agent keep this portal.
We can't keep this portal to begin with because Paga 1 was required. Now, we can check Pedestal to see what's there.
That might... no.
Nah, this might be...
Skullwoods. Or it might be... Oh. Yeah.
A bonk to refill your magic before heading into the Dark World. This could be cleanup for what you couldn't do earlier, which would include, well, hammer pegs, Thieves Town, and all that nonsense. But nope, we are going for the back to Skullwoods first. Honestly, I would have done this last and then just pulled the darn pedestal, but that's just me.
Well, gotta try to save as much time as you can, and I guess by doing this you can get that quick ped check, because you'll be...
Yeah, it's about the only thing left in the pedestal sequence that would be relatively quick. And Liminality gets shot right off.
And I can't even remember if there are any items left in Skullwoods.
Hold that thought. We are getting a ped check after all. The Spear Agent has deployed a portal. A sword on the head. At this point, you might as well just do it. And the reason I say you might as well just do it is because we haven't found any swords outside of the one we got early. We might as well just set up to pull it.
I felt you would find a sword or two getting those pendants. You'll have all of Swamp Palace to check still.
Except we're not go mode yet, folks. We still need the ice rod, and it could be right here on Mothula, potentially.
So the question is, do you check the one check in Thieves Town, that big chest, or do you go to Swamp, where there are still 6 checks? Alright, Mothula, get away from those spikes.
The rude part about this fight is how Mothula can stay up there and there's nothing you can do.
And down he goes.
And Mothula is burning. And Fear Agent gives it the stink eye. Not picking up the pendant, though. Just the item and gone.
I mean, you don't need it.
I would have taken it just for the sword. We get a Spike Cave check. No, Green Pendant Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, Spike Cave, is GFB gonna get his wish? No, it's a piece of heart.
And Fury Agent is making the play to Swamp. This is the green pendant, so there is also that Sarashula.
It's certainly possible, and I'd be checking the Bombos tablet too, either before or after Swamp. Take your pick. And Zelga's right. The possibility of Ice Rod on Bombo's tablet and both swords in GT is stupid low, but at this point, I would have still done it.
Stupid low, but still possible.
Well, then again, to be fair, this seed's been very stupid.
Yeah, so we have all 6 items here, so hopefully it's here for the runner's sake. But if not, then you have this Sarashua check, and then if not, where do you go from here? Do you take down Helmasaur King?
At this point, if I know there's a sword on the pedestal, I'm taking everything down. Yeah, Fear Agent checks the pedestal before Mothula, so it is known by Fear Agent that there is a sword there. We just happen to coincidentally have both runners in Swamp at the same time. And both runners have checked everything in Pod, so... yeah! At this point, I do what DC Sensei said, and, yeah, I might as well just say it's Oops All Dungeons.
So, Fear Agent is going straight to the back. He's going to do Diver Down. Will Liminality take a different route and go to left side?
A blue potion and a big key. Fear Agent not turning around to check that because you'd have to redo Diver Down if you do that. Quake. That would have helped an Ice Palace with those Pen Gators.
It's the now it's time to find everything else except Ice Rod and a sword.
Now, this could be either menu or you can use sword spins, either or. Fear Agent taking these spins, and yes, there is an item in the Thieves' Town big chest no either runner has gone back for.
And while he's not doing Diver Down, Liminality is doing Left Side Swamp. So we'll see if that is the answer.
The only time this is a mandatory menu boss is when you are doing swordless mode, which, I will admit, I do enjoy.
Oh boy.
Well, that's familiar. Art container on the boss, and Fear Agent has GP.
Liminality find it here.
Well, there's Compass. And a mushroom on the left side! Oh my goodness! What if that mushroom turns out to be a sword or the ice rod? Oh my god, that could be dirty.
Did Fear Agent check the big chest first?
I didn't see it.
Maybe he'll check it when he comes back around here.
Oh, so
Single
Greg
room.
decided to hide out in the big chest. Gross.
The swamp is not the answer, directly at least. Could have our fetch quest mushroom or Ansarashala.
Yeah, both options are on the table at this point, and either of those could be a sword or ice rod at this juncture. For the bombers to have ice rod, which is just like, yeah, this randomizer could use fewer combinations and complications
Yeah,
at times.
hopefully
I mean,
Fury.
they're entertaining for us to watch, but if you're one of the runners and you're in this situation, you're like, boy.
You're completely stressed out.
Hey,
Hopefully Fear Agent will check Bombos as soon as he leaves here. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
except the Bokoblin's trolling him with those spears. You know, it's funny chat brings that up, because the very first race I called had 3 swords in Paradox Cave with half magic. Both tablets are a bust.
So will the old man have something for him? Yeah, Ether was also checked in with just some couch cash.
Bombs. So the green pendant play bombs.
Flute to 2. Now if it's not here, it would have to be on Helmasaur King at this point, correct?
Yep, Helmasaur King would have to have it. Or the Thieves Town Big Chest, thank you, Chad. So yeah, we got ourselves a rather nasty 50-50 situation. And chat remembered the hammer pegs, so yep, that's also a thing.
Yeah, another thing I totally forgot about.
Hammer pegs is so satisfying to do with a hammer dash. And what's a reward for that? It is blue, alright, but it's not the blue we're looking for. It's just 5 rupees.
So now we'll get the answer about Thieves Town Big Chest.
And if it's here, Fear Agent's out in front in sword mode. Oh, right, that is today, later on. Oh, gosh, if that launch also needed an ice rod, those NASA guys are also playing Zelda rando. I guess everybody needs a hobby, am I right?
Yeah.
To be honest, neither runner's been very lucky with their routing.
Pure Agent doing some muscle memory there.
I would have done muscle memory there as well. And it's just 20 rupees in the big chest, so it is Elma!
This is nasty.
Yeah, anybody who's on any Discord that has a seed depository that I am on, be warned, this seed is getting dropped in after I'm done here, because this seed has been disgusting!
And while the seed has been nasty, please do give our runners, Pure Agent and Liminality, a follow, putting themselves out there for our entertainment. And this has been entertainment indeed. And also, give a follow to our tracker, Derek Sharna, who's doing a fantastic job behind the scenes, lighting those buttons up. And if you'd like to, because we're trying to keep you entertained, please follow myself, Soak2044, and my co-com, LesliePro44.
Yeah, I will be honest. This seed has been one of the... Yeah, even as a spoiler log seed, this seed is not much better. Because...
Be some rough...
Yeah, this would be... Yeah, Koi would be one to get this seed for sure. I've got a couple of Discords I'm in where I'm sending this seed where, I wonder how Hungry Hippo Man feels about bad ideas. He was a runner in the past league, for those who want context. Yes, everything else has been checked but Helma's Sword King between the two runners.
Talk about a hundo seed here.
There's your answer in chat, Zeke. We've literally gone everywhere but Helma. Helma has it. And there's a sword on the pedestal, so technically this is all dungeons, but I think Liminality wants that Master Sword for one less thing on the GT climb. Even though Liminality hasn't checked Ped, at this point, if I find out a sword is there, I am taking it.
He has no clue it's there yet.
Unless there's a sword on Helma, it's the only other place the two swords can be is Ganon's Tower.
Well, it can't be on Helma because it has to be Ice Rod because there's nowhere else for Ice Rod to be.
What a mess.
No, Ice Rod is not on a tablet. Both tablets have Couch Cache.
To answer a question in chat, yes, there are other racers off stream, and we are almost an hour 55 in. Nobody has finished.
Magic Bat has
Let
also...
that sink in, chat. We'll clarify one thing, Chad. Unlike Zelda 1 Rando, which does have an option for deceptive text like that, that option does not exist in this randomizer. And the Master Sword is sitting on its pedestal, so, like, yeah, is this even randomized at this point?
To answer chat, there have been no forfeits so far either. So all of our racers are sticking this one out.
Fear Agent's taking down Helma. We are officially in sword mode at 156.15. This seed, I tell you. Nope, not going back for that. I think he wants to not pull ped and try and find 2 quick swords on GT. Which isn't a bad strategy, but the problem with that is if Liminality goes back and pulls the sword and finds both, it'll be an instance of butter versus whatever sword Fear Agent winds up on, be it Master or Temper.
Yes. On the converse to that, what could happen is both swords could be upstairs in GT, which would be nasty. And if Liminality goes and gets that Master Sword, probably won't be checking for any more swords, so he might end up with only Master Sword. Compared to a Tempered, possibly.
Ugh, this seed's all types of nasty. This is an open 7-7 defeat Ganon, although in this case it's basically devolved into Oops All Dungeons just to try and find everything you need, and that's what happens in an Ice Rod hunt. Yeah, I mean, literal last location happens to even the best runners of this rando, because it's like, yeah, this is definitely a cursed seed, no doubt about it.
So, what do you think our final item counts are going to be?
It's going to be a high number at this point. I would not be surprised to see a number in the 190s here.
Yeah, it all depends where those swords are.
As well as the Ganon's Tower Big Key. Nobody did Aga early. In fact, both of these runners waited till towards their very last option to do that. When it felt like this seed was almost like it was I don't want to say but telegraphing that you had to do Aga. I mean, the first hint for me, and I'll go into my thoughts here. The first hint for me was the pendant layout. When you see 2 in the light world, that means there's always a chance of a hammer being a Pyramid Fairy.
Yes.
And as the items started getting picked up, it started to look more and more like that was the case, and then it turned out to be the case. So yeah, if you want to see for how you read an Aga 1 Pyramid Fairy, yes, this seed would be it.
This is textbook for sure.
Oh, and here's a required menu boss. Menuing back and forth between Rod and Hammer. Fear Agent's pretty good at this fight, I might add.
Fighter Sword's not going to do anything. Try this.
Yeah, Fighter Sword is not strong enough for this fight. Yeah, you can do an item. Meanwhile, Liminality is running into the Lost Woods. He wants that Master Sword. I do not blame him one bit.
You would probably run out of magic before.
Oh yeah, it's very possible to do that. $300 rupees on Trinex.
Yay for Ped.
So where's the big key, folks? I'm gonna say 8. And Liminality has the Master Sword at within seconds of Fear Agent finishing GT.
I'm gonna say 17. So that would be the last check in the basement if they go full left and do a Dark Magician there. Semi-Dark Magician. But yeah, we might as well do a game for the sword as well.
Yeah, why not? Where's Fear Agent? Well, that kills that. Thanks,
wow,
game.
So, both of our runners are officially in go mode now. And Fear Agent's like, this seat has been so horrible, we're gonna check here first.
Yeah, are you kidding me? He's actually doing this on Restream? Oh man, if this turns out to be the big key, then I'm going to be asking for this to be clipped. Small key, so nice try, Fear Agent, but not today.
But not quite, no. So we're up to 3 so far.
Trinex was guarding a rupee hoard.
Chest number 4.
Rupee stash, small shield, piece of heart, container.
Oh, we might have full health before this is over.
With how this seed has gone, I'm not surprised.
So our torch has just a little love.
And no full health. At this point, for the memes, you might as well inflate your collection rate, because... oh boy. This has been a disaster of a seed.
So number 13 coming up.
Good news, full arrows. Bad news is not worth it. And we did get Stump Prize info right there, and it's full magic. Nice.
Ooh. As Liminality takes on Trimax.
Switching to the ice head, this is understandable because ice on the floor makes the fight much harder. And there it is!
Number 14. Looks like Fury Agent might be looking for the last sword. Just for his quality of life here. Because he does have that Master Sword. And he just finds money in Rando Room. He might be going full. All the way to Ice Ornament.
Yeah, Rando Room was definitely like the rest of this scene rubbish. And the maps in the big chest. Yeah, this is that type of seed for sure. At this point, Liminality goes into the Hope Rooms. One chest in there will have a sword, the other a small key. So that is going to save on a lot of this type of shenanigans. And the last sword is up the tower.
Upstairs. So Liminality will probably get this tempered here.
No, going full left. Oh boy. If this is a Dark Magician setup, that is gonna hurt for more than one reason. And if it's full left, oh boy, this is gonna get interesting real fast after what has been a hot mess of a siege.
Well, he has equipped the mirror, so it looks like this is gonna be a mirror.
And seeing tempered never felt so good, to be honest.
As Pure Agent makes his way through the gauntlet.
So they literally checked everywhere, and the hammer was literally on Pyramid Ferry, and the last location Ice Rod.
I think at this point, Fear Agent's trying to go for the 216 of 216, except he forgot that piece of heart, so that's not possible. So he's probably going to be like around 210, maybe?
Yeah, safe to say I am glad I am on commentary for this scene and not actually playing it.
Yeah, I feel like I would have forfeited about an hour and a half ago.
I feel like I would have been saying some words I cannot repeat here.
Oh yeah, same for sure.
Honestly, if you want to look at it this way, Techno-Link, this is more like a borderline Oops All dungeon scene.
Yeah, very close to that. Compass. And another key. I'm thinking, Troldorm is keeping the last sword here.
Which means this scene... No, it was right before.
Oh, 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 oh!
And Fear Agent has decided to swag on Moldorm too.
He is definitely going to be above 200.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the highest collection rate I've ever seen.
Put your guesses in chat on how high you think it's going to be.
I'm going to go 205.
205 is probably a good guess. So you're thinking here he skipped one. He skipped Head, he skipped Witch. I'm trying to think where else he skipped. He didn't take... Oh no. He didn't do that. Could be close to 210. As he drops into Ganon here. And Fear Agent is heading into Phase 3 of Ganon. Yeah, 208 is probably the max he could have.
No, they didn't get the item off the library.
Oh, the library, yeah. So, 205, you're probably very close with that guess.
And we do not need Torch Glitch for this seed. And Ganon doesn't even get to switch sides against Fear Agent. As down he goes, we finally got that bacon. Get your GG's and chef for Fear Agent. Because this seed definitely warrants a lot of them. And with that, Fear Agent has finished first on Restream, third overall, with a 214.22. Your other two finishers, Plasma Kappa with the lone sub 2 in first place with a 156.36, and I agree with the comment. Send help.
And Fear Agent now.
316, our other finisher, with a 213 flat in second.
And Fear Agent joins us now. GG's, Fear Agent.
Well, that was something.
GG's, Fear Agent. That might have been one of the worst seeds I've ever commentated.
I will say I'm kind of anxious to see your collection right here at the end.
I wish I knew how to bomb dupe. That's all I can say.
Yeah, a couple people in chat were surprised that you didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's such a niche trick. I mean, how often do you get hammer in pyramid? Like, it's
Today was that answer.
it's so rare that it's like, do I really want to waste time learning how to do this for the 1 in a billion chance it comes up? Especially in an open seed. I could see maybe if you're doing cross keys or something, but
Right. Yeah.
I'm even with this, I'm not going to learn it. I don't care.
I mean,
I thought about it. I thought about it for a second, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I fail it, it's just going to cost more time, and I'm not 100% sure if I could even do it. So I was like, just because I walked in there, I was like, maybe I'll just go grab it and try it and give it like a shot. But
well, yeah, I saw you do that, and I was thinking that you were going to do it, but then you backed out. But that was probably
I just figured it'd be
yeah.
And Liminality has skipped the final sword and the Bulldorm 2 chest. Can't say I blame them at this point because this seed, well, a fitting title of this seed would be the Johnny Cash song I've Been Everywhere.
See,
I'm guessing Plasma Kappa like did the bomb dupe and skipped Aga. That's a bunch of time saved, and then chose pod over everything else. Like, I was obviously it was my. I mean, I had nothing left, so
yeah,
it was my literal last location, and there was nowhere else to go. I thought the seed was going to be rude and put it on a pedestal. Or put it on a tablet and then make you get a sword from the pedestal. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, but luckily it was only Couch Cash on those tablets.
I thought about doing Aga earlier, but it was just like there was too much to do. Like when I saw those 5-6 crystals pretty early, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then, you know, playing the seed and it's going along, and I thought like, okay, well maybe I was trying to think like, does the flippers am I getting the flippers so I could do ice to get the hammer, or am I getting the flippers to do pod to get the hammer? And so I thought pod first. So I got pod, it wasn't there. Did ice, it wasn't there, and I'm like, all right, well, it's either I shouldn't have gone to swamp. I should have just gone right to ag at that point, but
Yeah, I was thinking if I was running the race, I would have probably totally forgotten that I could have went into deserts at that point and do deserts to end up getting the Moon Pearl. So I probably would have went and done Aga, thinking that that was my only thing. So that might have saved me time if I was running it, but just in the end, this was completely nasty.
I showed you everything though. Like I
You
literally
did?
showed everything.
If only I could sing at the moment, Zeke. I will keep that in my back pocket for another time.
Hopefully, you won't have to use it ever again.
Although, to be fair, that might be one for Dr. Bob.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice shot for the torch glitch by Liminality. And that'll do it!
Get your GGs in for Liminality.
And Liminality has finished with a 2:20.03. That's a 4th place time, 2nd overall on Restream. Ay, this seems gross.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the restream, guys. I'm gonna take off and not go learn the bomb dupe. So see you later.
Thanks.
GG's, Spear Agent. Let me see if Liminality wants an interview after that hot mess.
Yeah, that. I wouldn't be surprised if he said no, but because I would probably be fuming right now. But
I'd be honestly wondering what in the world did that seed put me through? All right, this I want to see for everybody wants to see. Are you kidding me? We all want to see
collection rate.
Yep. We don't care about the deaths or the save and quits or the fairy revivals. Menu time is pretty much meaningless here for a seed like this. And collection rate is, drumroll please, a 188.
Wow.
Man, did I really... Price is Right rules, I really overbid. Wow.
That is lower than I thought it was going to be.
That's like a total of 28 locations skipped throughout the whole seed. I guess you skip a location here, skip a location there. It adds up.
This is very true.
We're working on getting Liminality in, so bear with us, folks.
We're waiting to get him in. Just do us a favor and add these two wonderful runners and gave us a great show today, Fear Agent and Liminality, as well as myself, Sokol2044, and my co-com Leslie Pro, and our wonderful tracker clicking basically every single button that was invented today. Derek, yeah, I can't even do it right now. Derek Sharna, thank you very much.
So there are a number of things going on tonight on the Speed Gaming Network. Starting at 5:15 is the kickoff, I believe, of the A Link to the Past Randomizer Spoiler Log Tournament on this channel, Speed Gaming Main. That's going to be in less than an hour, along with another match of said tournament at 7:15 on 2, and two matches at 8:15 on Speed Gaming 4 and 5. Other action tonight includes a Diablo tournament match at 7 on Speed Gaming 3, along with a match in the FF1 Rando Spring Tournament at 8:15, and it appears as though, I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not, but there is SMZ3 on the docket for tonight at 8:10, as well as at 10 o'clock. I am not sure the channel, but Zelda 1 Randomizer Random Percent Tournament will feature a big Game 3 against two of the best who have played that particular randomizer in Crystal Saver and Random Effect. Two high-quality players. You do not want to miss that one. And Chad is telling me that the Night Race in SMZ3 is also a quality matchup in Ninjembro versus Asder. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. And we are joined by Liminality in the booth. GG. That was a seed, for sure.
Yeah, definitely the more complete seed that I've done in recent times.
Certainly one of the most complete seeds I've seen in recent times.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty. It's very cross-country collection.
Yeah, though admittedly, most of my seeds devolve into something similar to that, so it wasn't too different from what I'm used to, all things considered.
So as your credits scroll up here, your opponent, Fear Agent, had a collection rate of 188. What do you think your collection rate is?
I'm going to guess closer to 190 because I think there are only like 8 chests in Ganon's tower that I didn't get.
Well, he checked most of the chests in GT. And then he... So it will be interesting to see. Any thoughts on... Any other thoughts on...
Honestly, the only other thing I have is that I'm glad I ended up doing Aghanim rather than trying to do a light dive into ice or swamp when I did.
Yeah, that would have been very detrimental to you.
Yeah, that would not have been fun at all.
Is there anything you would have done differently?
Really, the only thing I can think of maybe having done differently would have been possibly trying to delay pod and do that later so that I could have just gotten the ice rod and all of that in one sweep, but that's mainly that's the main thing I can see me really having changed.
Yeah,
At least with back on the seed and rewatching, of course.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, there really wasn't anything in pod other than the ice rod on it.
Yep.
And a shovel that led nowhere.
Fetch quest shovel. But yeah, do we have any final thoughts on the seed, or should we just bury it? Bury it for good and never see it again.
I think it's good to be buried and left alone at this point.
Well, there's one use for the shovel right there.
Having said that, I think we're gonna sign off now. So, any last words?
Nope, just wanted to say thanks for doing commentary for this and for the restream.
Yeah, we enjoyed watching Illuminati, so once again, for one final time, please follow our feature runners, Fear Agent and Liminality, and our tracker, Derek Shana, who did a great job pressing all of the buttons, and myself and Leslie Pro. So, having said that, I just stay safe out there, everyone, and have a great...
Yep, until next time, folks, watch out for Lionels and be leery of the seeds, because sometimes it's the seeds that get you more than anything else, as I'm finding with this random of late. Take care, folks. Until next time.